Initially the plan was to build only one new boat and to use the old Brazil for going around the world. But then fortunately Pedro Campos found the funding to build two new boats. But by the time that we decided to build two new boats, unfortunately the yard in Alginet didn't have enough space available. They had already new bookings. So that we had to find a new space, and that's why we came to Southern Ocean Marine in New Zealand. The boats are exactly equal. It's used the same lines. The only difference is it's a little different materials, but that was just by the time that we started building the boat in New Zealand. We only had one supplier available at that stage, so that's the only difference, just different materials. Well, I think the big difference is, of course, we did a lot of homework on these boats. When we decided that VOR yard design was going to work exclusively for us, we had 10 months of preparations, so we did a lot of tank testing, we did a lot of research, and it was last time not the case. Last time we had only 2 to 3 months research to do, and then we basically started building. So this time we did a lot of homework, and I think that's one of the first big differences, because we think we came up with a way faster shape. As well, what we learned from the last time was that we maybe lacked a little bit of stability. That means the boat was heeling quicker than other boats were going. And this time we have a very powerful boat, so we really have a lot of hope and trust in this design, what we've done. I think the hardest part will be probably the heat, because we're sailing a lot around the equator, and there will be temperatures of 50, 60 degrees inside of the boat. So I think that will be the hardest part. Like it will be, for the rest will be all the same. Everybody will sail in light areas, and so in that sense there's not much difference, but I think the heat will be really hard on our bodies. What I really like about the Volvo Ocean Race is just the teamwork. Like you're there just with 9 other guys and you're fighting the elements, and when you have a good team together you want to have a great success. So that's one of the prime goals that I'm doing this, because it's like, it's not just myself, it's like I'm not going to be successful if I don't have a good team, and that's really like the Volvo Ocean Race is going down to teamwork. So that's the first thing. But then of course the sailing is just fantastic. You can't have any better sailing. Like for days and days you're sailing 20, 25 knots. Where else can you get it? The only race you can do it is the Volvo Ocean Race. Well, I remember in the last race we had a couple of days before Cape Horn, we had 30, 35 knots of breeze. It was a clear sky and it was full moon. And then if you're sailing in 6, 7 meter high waves and you're just fully under control, you can't get it any better. And that's, I think, one of the most closest experience. And that's just one of the things. It's hard to bring that over to the public, but that is just one of the reasons why you come back all the time. We're going to sail with both boats. Like right now the black boat goes in the water tomorrow. But we're having the old Brazil, so we're going to line up as long as the blue boat is not ready. We do a lot of testing. We're going to do our 2,000-mile offshore. We're going to do that with both new boats. We're going to have a little inshore session during the Copa del Rey in Palma. So just to work on our skills on inshore, but as well to sail against other boats in the same competition. And then we do a lot of day sailing in August and September, and then basically the race is starting already. So there's not a lot of time, but we will use our time really, really, really well.